Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Haruldus and I recently bought myself an Arduino starter kit with the goal of learning more about electronics. In this video I will share my experience of learning more about electronics as a complete beginner. This is not an unboxing video. If you want to see that, I will leave a link in the description. In this video I'm sharing the projects that you build following the book included in the starter kit and if it's actually worth your time and money. In the first project you learn the basics of electrical circuits such as current, voltage and resistance. What is a breadboard? And it introduces three components: an LED, light emitting diode, a resistor and a switch. With all of that you get to build a simple circuit that turns an LED on when the button is pressed, and then you add another button and learn the difference between series circuits where components come one after another and parallel circuits where components run side by side. In the second project called the spaceship interface, you learn about digital inputs and outputs. You get to write a little bit of code that reads a digital input, which is the switch, and if it's pressed your digital write a signal that turns on the red LEDs. There is also a page teaching how to read resistor color codes, but I found that the resistors included in my kit had slightly different colors to the ones in the book, so in the end I just got a multimeter and learned how to measure resistance with it, which is way more useful anyway. The third project introduces a temperature sensor and how to read an analog signal. You learn how to read a temperature sensor value, and based on that value you gradually turn on more and more LEDs. Overall it's still pretty basic, but it's getting more interesting. I really didn't like how in the book, for many of these projects you should be cutting stuff out of cardboard, but considering this is a beginner level kit, also targeting kids, designed for people that have no experience in electronics, I can see why they added this playful element into the book, but for me personally it just seemed like a complete waste of time, so I didn't do it for any of the projects. Color mixing lamp project introduces a phototransistor, which is a component that generates current proportional to the quantity of light it absorbs. The idea is that you have three of them, and based on the amount of light they get, you change the LED's red, blue or green color amount. You can't see it that well on camera. It was an interesting project as I've never heard about phototransistors before. However, at this point I was getting sick of doing these basic circuits with a little bit of code to just turn on an LED. The fifth project introduced a servo, capacitor and a potentiometer, with the main idea being that you can control the servo with the potentiometer. I actually didn't connect the circuit properly and also managed to break the breadboard somehow, so if you ever wondered what's inside the breadboard, here it is. But I was able to continue as I also had another Chinese kit with more components and another breadboard. The sixth project introduces a piezo, a small element that vibrates when it receives electricity, creating sound waves. The main idea is that we have a phototransistor connected, and based on the amount of light it receives, it sends different amount of electricity to the piezo, making different noises. Project 7 again uses a piezo, and you get to build a very simple musical keyboard. There's not much to code, but the circuit does use many different resistors. Project 8 is a digital hourglass. It introduces a tilt sensor. You hard code the time that you want, and as the time elapses gradually, all of the LEDs light up. To reset the clock, all you have to do is just tilt the board, and the tilt sensor triggers the reset. For this demo, I intentionally hard coded a short time, just so that it's easy to see how it works. Project 9 introduces a diode, a motor and a transistor. It also requires a 9-volt battery that is not included in the kit. The project is very basic. You just connect a switch that when pressed turns on the motor. Project 10 builds on top of Project 9 by introducing a new component, an H-bridge. Instead of just having a button that turns on a motor, you can now also control the speed and the direction of that motor. Project 11, the crystal ball, was by far my favorite because I got to connect an LCD screen and it was a bit more complex than the previous projects. The main idea here is that you have a crystal ball, you ask it a question, tilt it, and then it gives you an answer. It works by combining a tilt sensor, some code where one of the hard-coded answers is randomly selected and then displayed on the screen. You can also change the screen's brightness with a potentiometer. With something like this, you can see how it could be turned into an actual product. Project 12 gets you to use a piezo as an input device that recognizes knocks, and you build a lock that only opens when you knock a certain amount of times. Here is an example. I press the button, you can imagine that the servo locks the lock, then I knock 4 times and it unlocks. In the next project, you build your own homemade capacitive sensor that just turns on an LED. This feels like taking a step back in terms of difficulty. In project 14, you learn about serial communication and you use a potentiometer to control a program on your computer. The program is very simple. You just read the potentiometer value from a serial port and change the background color in a program on your computer. The last project in the book is called Hacking Buttons, and it's about getting you to turn on another device using the Arduino. I actually skipped this one because I didn't see the point of doing this, as it seemed very basic. Overall, I think the kit is worth the time and money if you're a complete beginner, a student or a hobbyist looking to get into electronics. It gets you to do hands-on little projects instead of just learning theory, so it kind of sets you up to do more difficult projects later on by yourself. For me, the value of the kit is the book, as you can get the components that are in the kit cheaper if you just buy them separately. Like and subscribe if you found the video helpful. Thanks for watching and see you again in the next one.